what's up guys, Night Batman here doing another movie review, and I'm sorry I haven't been doing any in a really long time. It's just that trailer reactions have been a lot faster and easier, and I figured maybe I'd just save my movie reviews for those big summer movies that are coming out this year. So now my review will be on Furious 7. Now just to take a little look back, the Fast and Furious movies have all been great, especially starting back from the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift directed by Justin Lin. And ever since then, he's directed from part 3 all the way up to 6, and he has been getting this franchise rolling with no breaks. I've really enjoyed all of the movies that he's done for this franchise because he's really saving this franchise and showing that it has no signs of slowing down. And it was sad to hear that he wouldn't be directing this one because the studio has asked him to direct part 7 while he was still in post-production with 6, and he wanted to focus on 6 and make it as good a movie as possible, so he had to step down. So that meant they had to bring in another director for 7, which surprisingly is actually the director for Insidious 1 and I think 2, James Wan. And this is his first action movie, and I will say right up front that he did not disappoint. One thing that the franchise also really started to do well on was show a lot of the characters' relationships and also emphasize some of the good parts of their personalities. Now, it's good to see how James Wan brings all that back, and it kind of feels like Justin Lin is directing this again, but also you can feel like James Wan has added a lot of his own style and attitude to this. The one little complaint that I will add though is that it felt way too cheesy in some points, where characters would say these like ridiculous one-liners from 90s action movies. The story in this is somewhat easy to follow, or at least it felt like I kind of lost track in the middle. It tried to tie in these little parts together that tried to help make the plot a little bigger, but it just kind of made things a little too confusing. I guess maybe I kind of just lost track of who was allied to who. This is Paul Walker's last film, and you actually feel pretty nostalgic and pretty sad just watching this because you know, this is one of his longest franchises, and it's great to see him on the screen and you're just kind of soaking up every minute of it. And I think he pulled in a really great performance in this. The crew went back and rewrote the movie so that they can retire his character and you know, Brian's story would just end here. And they had his brother film his remaining scenes. Now, talking on the topic of emotion, this movie has some more emotions than a lot of the past films. Now, not to say that the other ones lacked that. They had some pretty good ones, but in this one, it felt like you can really tell that some of these character relationships are going through some struggles, like Dom and Letty's, even Brian and Mia's, but they are pulled off very well with the actors because they've really grown into these roles after all these years. There's not one actor I had a complaint with. You can tell that they love these characters they're playing and they love this franchise that they're working in. I think Jason Statham was a monster in this as the villain. He had a really good screen presence, and his fight scenes with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and also Vin Diesel, they're like edge of your seat worthy. You can't take your eyes off it, and you can tell that this guy's driven by a lot of anger and rage. So Furious 7, I think, is one of the strongest films in the franchise. So overall, if I were to give this movie a rating from 1 to 5, of course I have to give it a 4. So yeah, that was my review for Furious 7, guys. I'm sorry my review kind of sucked. I'm kind of out of Furious 7. Great movie. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot. And that's it. Hope you guys take care and enjoy that movie. Later.
No matter where you are, whether it's a quarter mile away or halfway across the world, you'll always be family. One last ride. Rated PG-13.